Good day and welcome to your favorite sport program on TV, 360 Sports. As usual, today will be an interesting moment on the show because we'll be looking in depth on the crisis rocking the Nigerian Boxing Federation. It's expected that we'll be talking to two cardinal persons, that's talking about two important persons on the Nigerian Boxing Board. We expect to have the Vice President of Nigerian Boxing Federation, Azania Omoagege, but at the 9 minutes of the program, towards the beginning of the program, he get himself so busy, so we'll not be having him. But with us will be Adua Olaleyin, who is a former boxer and a coach, and also representing the Southwest zone on the Nigerian Boxing Federation. So we'll be having Adua Olaleyin. And Adua, it's good to have you on the show.
Morning, my time.
Okay. I also want Nigerians to know that the difference between us and where you are is like 7 hours. So we want to appreciate your time for waking up like 6:15 a.m. Texas time to be part of this show. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
Now we'll go straight to crisis rocking the Nigerian Boxing Federation. We know that internal crisis and external crisis. So we start with the internal crisis. The internal crisis has to do with the president of Nigerian Boxing Federation, Kenneth Minima, and the vice president, Azania Omoagege. The dispute between them has brought about the suspension of Omoagege in a letter November 11th. Tell us how this crisis started and what is the cause of this crisis.
Good morning to Nigerian. And I appreciate you guys for this beautiful interview. As I was saying, my name is Adua Olaleyin, representative Southwest Board, Nigeria Boxing Federation. I will start my interview this way. We have no crisis in Nigerian boxing. We are talking about how we can develop boxing and how boxing can retain in Olympics. So we are trying to save boxing to retain in Olympics because IOC and IBA have an issue for boxing to be removed out of Olympics. And that's what we are fighting for, because without boxing, no federation. And that's what Mr. Sania doesn't understand, because Mr. Sania fighting for IBA because of what they are getting in IBA, because of their own interest, not because of Nigerian boxers. Because this is what make we become who we are today. Without boxing, possibly I would be one of those guys walking in the street. But boxing make me who I am today. So I'm not going to allow boxing to die and someone to come into boxing to come and kill boxing. So I can tell you all Nigeria to understand that there's no crisis in boxing. What we are trying to do is to save boxing to retain in Olympics.
Thank you very much. We also have a report, Adua, that the Constitution show that the time of Kenneth Minima has elapsed, that is not supposed to be the president of Nigerian Boxing Federation. There's an allegation and supported by Omoagege, who is supposed to be part of the show. And he also said in the Constitution that Kenneth Minima is not supposed to be the president. What's your state that he is the interim president of Nigerian Boxing Federation?
That's the propaganda from Omoagege. You know, I don't understand Omoagege's answer for powers. We can't have two presidents at the same time. Number one, in my language, and say if we still have a king, there's no king coming in. Unless one king leave before another king can come in. Okay, and I can see the interview with you with Mr. Omoagege. The way you praise him so good, like he's a Don King of Nigeria. Omoagege doesn't know anything about boxing. He have never boxed before. So Omoagege is just so much anxious of power Omar Agege representing Nigeria in Africa to become an African vice president, it's not Omar Agege doing. It's General Minimum. When Omar Agege is talking about constitution, we are using ministry constitution because our Secretary General have sent our constitution to IBA so many times and they never reply him. So if Omar Agege is talking about constitution, Omar Agege was there when we were doing the election 2 years ago in Abuja when General Yeni participated in the election. General Yeni is above 70. So when you are talking about constitution, why Omar Agege can go against General Yeni then to be among those people that are going to participate in the election? So when you are talking the constitution say when you are 70, you can't participate in an election. But General Yeni contests with General Minimum. When him supporting General Minimum, fighting for General Minimum to be Nigerian boxing president. But today, you are backing up that General Minimum is not more our president. But I can tell you guys, and I can tell Nigeria, General Minimum, Kenneth, is still our president. Asania is a vice president that's suspended, and he needs to go and do the needful. He needs to go and apologize to all Nigerian boxing, and he needs to go and apologize to General Minimum because General Minimum give him the opportunity to be where he is today. I caused Asania so many times that things doesn't work the way you are going because you can't be fighting the hand that feed you. This man supports you. All the money that you think that you are spending for boxing, it comes from General Minimum. Asania have never done anything for Nigerian boxing. I can say that out loud to Nigeria to know and to hear. Asania have never done anything for Delta State. You can call him. That reason why he will not be able to stand with me here because I box and I understand boxing. Asania never understand boxing. Asania fighting for your own selfishness because he can deceive people. He can talk to people that my brother going to be governor tomorrow, using to lie to people, want people to support you. General Minimum is a good man. There is a time I'm fighting General Minimum myself that I want you to come out, to come and stand as a president. But when I later sit down with General Minimum and explain everything, to me that Adura, I'm busy with Nigerian Army. I've handed over everything with Asania to be helping me to do everything. But Asania, anywhere he go, he call himself president. He represents himself as a president. Is he ever give report to General Minimum since he have been in a vice president in Africa? So they have never did.
Yeah, well said. And also, we want to tell you that you said the constitution have been sent to IBA to allow IBA know that Kenneth Minima is still our president because IBA is supposed to follow whatever constitution that Nigerian Boxing Federation sent to IBA. You understand? But why do you think IBA did not follow that constitution that says that Kenneth Minima is still the president of Nigerian Boxing Federation?
No, so the constitution means because when you interview Asania tried to talk about basketball. So basketball have their own constitution that they have to conduct their own election without ministry. Okay, we not allowing a ministry to conduct our election. Our constitution must come from IBA.
Yes.
IBA must approve our constitution. So IBA can come down, they can conduct our own constitution, our own election. So deal with it. We have to go with ministry because IBA never sent back to us about approve or said this is our constitution. Okay. So, and we are under ministry and we have to abide to ministry rules.
Okay. You mentioned, and I think I also have to do justice to that because you mentioned so well that how much I said well about Omar Agege. I also said well about you. I know you've boxed represented Nigerian country across the sporting world in boxing, the national stadium,
Yes.
everywhere, they know Adua Olaleyin. No person doesn't know you. So I'm also giving you the same accord I think you deserve.
Yeah, but you can't give that. But you can't give that to Asania. Asania is not a boxer. Asania doesn't know anything about boxing. Asania use boxing. They are using boxing to benefit themselves. Do you understand that? They are using boxing to benefit themselves.
Okay.
So they are not using boxing for boxing. Okay. We have been in the board for the last 2 years. I have to tell you the truth. I've been spending my money, both home and away, for the athletes. Last 8 years, I'm a coach to the country. I spend my money. Okay, Nigeria still owing me 2 years salary, but I will never give up on that because of that money. I will never give up because of that my salary. But I love what make you become who I am today, and I'm not going to allow one mediocre person to come into board and use boxing to benefit themselves.
Okay, where did it all go wrong? Before we go to next, it's all good. Where did the mistake, the crack in the relationship between Kenneth Minima, Azania Mwagege, you, and the technical members of the team? Where did it go wrong? How did it start?
Because Asania want to become president overnight. You need to wait for your time. You can't impeach someone when somebody is still a president spending the money. I can see that he's talking about Olympic, that he qualified 3 people to France. We do. Minima did it. And the support of board members like a Femi, General Ola, myself, old school, supporting. The man put his own pocket money down to support the trial. Where is Asania when we are doing the trial? Where is Asania in Senegal, partying around, enjoying himself with Anoka people? All of them was chased out of the venue.
Okay.
Did Asania tell you that they was chased out? But they allow Asania to come in because he's representing Anoka. But when he come with let's say he come in with Iba, all of them was chased out. But they have to give him that respect because he's African and he's representing Anoka. That reason why they can come. Can Asania show you one picture that is not with athlete? Can Asania tell you that he buy a suite, what they call candy, for athletes in Senegal? Is it Asania know how the athletes sleeping?
Okay.
Does he know anything about the boxers? Does he know how they qualify?
I wish Asania is here. He was supposed to be.
Asania is not among of us.
Okay. I wish Asania is here. He was supposed to be part of the interview, but due to unseen circumstance. But let me go. What's the way forward? The boxers are suffering. No competition. What's the way forward? How can there be a resolution? How can someone come to mediate between the warring parties? Tell us, what's the way forward? Give us a way forward so that this will stop.
The number one is to save our boxing to retain in Olympic. Okay, that's what we have done to join the world boxing. As I was talking to you right now, that is the big one of the African countries, and let me say 6 of them. They already submit their application. I'm not going to mention their country name. They already submit their application, and we see everything in Germany. The last Congress in Germany with World Boxing. World Boxing have a plan for boxers all over the world. Number one is to be in Olympics. And they are doing all their best. And why we join this World Boxing is to retain in Olympics. Okay? And now, when you're talking about competition now, we have the program starting from January. And the program is so beautiful. Our first competition, January 16 to 21st, that's going to be World Boxing Cup in London.
Okay. We're also told.
Okay, our second competition, that's going to be Olympic qualifier in Italy, 29 to 13 in Italy.
Okay.
Our third competition is going to be World Boxing Cup in United States. But let me explain things to you. Our last competition have not been paying for. Our 2 foreign bases have not been paying. What do you want us to do? General Minima and the other board, we have put money together. During my time that we are boxing, I've never heard that board member will donate money to host championship. It have never happened. We do that during my time. We donate money to host championship. Ministry they are trying their best, right? Our last competition in Senegal, our athletes have not paid. Their allowance have not paid. And we can't do anything. It's not like the country that I'm living in. Everything is set. So we can, whatever ministry do and whatever the president and the board member put together, that's what we're going to do.
Okay,
we are trying our best. And I believe that by January, by the grace of God, or February, we're going to put our team together to get our team for All African game.
Okay.
And now, the game that we are talking in London, we are looking for sponsor. How we can sponsor 2, 3, 4 boxers to World Boxing Cup. So we are trying to do whatever we can.
Adua, well said. Let's go for this quick break. When we come back, we'll still be talking on the next topic. Thank you very much, Adua Olaleyin. Adua Olaleyin is board member of the Nigerian Boxing Federation. He is representing the Southwest on the board. Let's go on this quick break. There'll be more for you to see. If you're just joining us, you're welcome back. It's still 360 Sport, and we've been talking with Adua Olaleyin. For those calling and trying to know what's going on, there's a crisis rocking the Nigerian Boxing Federation. Expected on this program today is Azania Omagege, the disputed president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation, and the interim, those are qualifications that have qualified him, but he is the vice president, African Boxing and Confederation. He's supposed to be on the program, and because of unseen circumstances, we are only having Adua Olaleyin, as he has been giving us issues on why there's still so much crisis in the Nigerian Boxing Federation, both internally and externally. It's good to have you back, Adua. So they also report that the process of joining the World Boxing did not carry all members along. That the president, Kenneth Minima, did not carry all members along to join the World Boxing against IBA. That is why IBA, who has, because you also been when you're a boxer, it was IBA that was in control, and because of this, there's an issue between IBA and IOC that Kenneth Minima and some of the board members decided to carry the whole boxing of Nigeria to World Boxing Council, and also IOC has not given a go-ahead that is World Boxing Council, or the name that should be the one that will take us to the Olympics. We don't know yet who is going to take us to the Olympics. So that you and some others, including Kenneth Minima, should not have taken IBA, should not have taken Nigeria away from the International Boxing Association. Explain your part and your role in that.
Thank you so much. Let me ask you a question. Do I have time on this interview so I can explain everything to Nigeria to hear where everything started? We are in Senegal when IBA, Azania called the IBA to come to Senegal to come and settle with IOC. And number two, World Boxing was in Senegal, canceling to other countries to join World Boxing. Azania was there with me and Femi, and with World Boxing. You know, sometimes when you want to play a game, sometimes your game will fail. Azania tried to play 2 games at the same time. Azania is trying to have a meeting with a World Boxing, and he's trying to have a meeting with IBA at the same time. And see where we are. Then World Boxing having a meeting with me, Azania, and Femi. At the same time, I'm having me myself talking to IBA. Why do you like to promise athletes when you know you can't pay money? You promise them $1,000, you win gold, you get it. Until today, you guys have not paid the last 2 years competition, and this year competition you have not paid, and you are using this money to deceive people. I talked to the Secretary General of IBA like that, and he said, you know what? by next week, the money will be paid. I don't know if the money going to be paid tomorrow. Asania know about world boxing because Asania led world boxing to know that he is the president of Nigerian boxing. And when those people now come, Mr. Lee and the secretary and Boris, and I talked to them there, we have a president in Nigeria, Kenneth Minima. Asania is just a vice president. What do you guys want? Can you guys talk to? We have a secretary general in this competition. We have the technical. I'm a board member. I'm a coach. So you guys can tell us what you want to do.
You are telling Nigerians, Adua, sorry, yes, you're telling Nigerians that in that competition in Senegal, Iba was there, World Boxing was there, and World Boxing was, Azania was listening to World Boxing, trying to join World Boxing.
Yes, he was there with us in the meeting. I have to, because of the game that he's playing, I have to take a cup of the Asania Cup wine to go and meet him there. Come, you have a meeting to join. You can't be going back and forth. Stay with us. If you want to have a meeting with World Boxing, have a meeting with World Boxing.
Okay, you told Azania that.
You said?
You told Omagege that.
Yes, I told Omagege that in the meeting, because Omagege doesn't want Iba to see him with a World Boxing, and he doesn't want World Boxing to see him with Iba. So it's a game. Omagege is not fighting for Nigerian boxing. Omagege is fighting for his own interest. Because Omagege know what is getting, you know what he's getting from Iba. Iba promised Nigeria the equipment for the last 2 years. They have never given us one glove. So I don't know. We are doing this because of love for boxing. We are not doing this because, I'm not doing this because of myself. We are not doing this because of General Minima. General Minima is not doing this because of himself. Or Femi is doing this because of himself. We are doing this because of the love for boxing. I've told you earlier, boxing make me who I am today.
Okay. With so much due respect for
allow somebody that doesn't go through boxing before to come and mess up boxing overnight. We have never had this kind of situation in history of boxing.
Okay. With so much respect for General Minima, I was told that General Minima is out of the country, is in Germany, and
we are together in Frankfurt before he moved to London. He's in London right now, relaxing after the thing in
I was told that he's not in a better position to govern the Nigerian Boxing Federation in terms of health-wise.
No, I'm not going to tell you that because you yourself, you don't know that, and I don't know that.
Okay.
But the last Zoom meeting that we did, I have the picture here, that Miniman joined the Zoom meeting before we make decision to suspend Asania. So Miniman, he was in the meeting.
Okay. Now, lastly, it's getting out here. Lastly, who can reconcile this? What is the supervisory role of the sport ministry? What is the sport ministry saying on this crisis?
Okay, let me say this. Sport is under NOC in Nigeria. For you to join World Boxing, your letter must come from your NOC.
Yes.
And NOC submit our letter to World Boxing. So what do we want? That means we have support from the NOC to join World Boxing, because boxing in Nigeria is for Olympics, not professional. I can tell you in another 6 months, IBA will become WBC or WBO. They are not going to be more. They are not coming back to Olympics.
So technically, Nigeria is a member of World Boxing. With the submission of the letter of NOC to IOC about World Boxing. So technically, Nigeria is out of IBA.
We are out because now we are in Olympics. So we have saved boxing to return in Olympics. That's what Nigerian boxing did.
But I don't have
join World Boxing.
But I've not heard anything from IOCs giving the approval that World Boxing will be the one to represent boxing in Olympics.
So we're not talking about this Olympics. Now we're talking about 2028 Olympics. IOC going to be the one conduct this Olympics 2024 in France.
Okay.
So we are talking about 2028 Olympic in United States, Los Angeles. So that's what they are fighting for. That, if IBA is still going to remain, Nigeria not going to participate in next boxing. They are not going to participate in next Olympic.
Okay.
So that reason why IOC come together to tell the world, all the federation to come together to have another organization.
Okay.
So we're getting another organization called World Boxing. Okay. So World Boxing now already have all the continent in World Boxing. Okay. So what delaying IOC, you know, everything, they are still working on it, but I can tell you in another 6 months, World Boxing going to be announced.
Okay.
Be the one going to conduct the next Olympics 2028 in Los Angeles.
Yes, thank you very much, Aduala. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the truth, and thank you for everything you've said from your own perspective. We hope that in subsequent edition of the program, Omar Agege will join us to also hear his own side of the story.
I will really appreciate Omar Agege to come and talk to Nigeria, and I would like to join that interview.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Aduala. Aduala Alain is a board member of the Nigerian Boxing Federation, talking about the crisis working in the Nigerian Boxing Federation. I'm Mudashiru Shitu. Thanks for joining. Since next week, we'll be giving you all what you need to know in the world of sport. Bye for now.